Advertisement. Sign in register. In completed pages, articles with unsourced statements, Winx Club. Flora. Kind of, but we have better style. This article is an A. It has all the sections and images in place, making it complete. Only edit if you think it can be improved. Overview series comics books spin-offs out TS gallery. Flora is the fairy of nature. She hails from Limfet, where she currently acts as its guardian fairy. She is Helia's girlfriend. The team usually relies on her for potions and magic advice. Flora is one of the founding members of the Winx Club, being the third Winx girl introduced after Bloom and Stella, and is an alumna/student of the Althea College for Fairies as of The Secret of the Lost Kingdom. Contents: Hide. 1 appearance. 1.1 Civilian. 1.1.1 Winx Club. 1.1.2 World of Winx. 1.2 Fairy forms. 2 personality. 3 magical abilities. And 69 more English. View source. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 3.1 Winx Club. 3.2 World of Winx. 3.3 Uses of magic. 3.4 Known transformations. 4 curiosities. 5 transformation sequences. 6 etymology. 6.1 Inspirations. 7 trivia. 8 references. Appearance. Flora is tan-skinned with long light brown hair that has bangs framing on either side of her face where it has visible blonde streaks with a single small hair strand sticking up. It is sometimes unseen in both her civilian and fairy forms, and narrow green jade eyes. Civilia. Winx Club. For Season 1 and most of Season 2, Flora wears a bright yellowish-green over-the-shoulder smock top with PY short sleeves that bears her midriff and belly, a pink wrap miniskirt with little slits on both sides and with strawberry patterns of a darker shade with a thin yellow belt that hangs midway down the skirt, 2 sets of yellow bangle bracelets on each arm. In some occasions, she wears 2 purple bangles and a yellow-green set too, and pink platform sandals with fuchsia-color towers by her ankles. She also wears large golden hoop earrings. For Seasons 2 and 3, Flora wears a pink short-sleeved midriff with a darker pink trim and PY sleeves with dark pink polka dots, a fuchsia sash over a layered red skirt with maroon shorts underneath, pink knee-high socks and red platform shoes to match her skirt. She retains her large golden hoop earrings and also wears a green choker tied neatly around her neck with a bow, as well as 2 bead bracelets around her right wrist, 1 green and 1 pink. For Season 4, Flora wears a small pink sundress with lime green straps, a matching lime green ribbon that wraps around her waist just below her chest, and a floral print that makes up most of her dress and comes in white, green, yellow, pink and fuchsia. She also wears green platform heels that are secured to her feet by pastel pink ribbons. For Season 5, Flora's hair is now tied up into a ponytail by a pink headband with a bright green bow. She wears a pink, soft jagged-edged, sleeveless shirt with a grass green vest, as well as a sharp-edged layered skirt that alternates between pink with white trim and fuchsia with green trim all topped. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. by a pink belt with a square silver buckle, and knee-high fuchsia-colored boots with lime knee-high edge RUE socks and green high heels. For Season 6, Flora's hair remains tied up into a ponytail much like her appearance in the previous season, but she has pieces of hair held up with a big pink bow that leans more towards her right side. Instead, she wears a small royal blue coat /vest with a starry plaid pattern over a white dress shirt, the collar possessing a black tie wrapped around it neatly, ending in a bow. She also wears a pink skirt with a small blue bow on the waist, purple and pink striped leggings and light blue heels with black bows on the toes. She also wears a small starry bracelet around her left wrist. For Season 7, Flora's hair is no longer tied up and she wears a pastel green headband. She wears a green short-sleeved wool top with dark blue trim over a pale pink button-up dress shirt with a dark blue tie accompanied by a pink hour pin worn around the collar, a pink skirt with a dark blue plaid pattern and trim, green socks that are partially folded over to keep them at knee-high length, and dark blue shoes with pink soles, laces and a pink and dark blue plaid pattern on the front to match with her skirt. Her dress shirt is also only half tucked into her skirt. For Season 8, Flora keeps her hair down, similar to her appearance in the prior season as well as the RST4, except that she appears to no longer have the small hair strand, where she wears a lilac-colored headband that has a purple layered hour on the left side. She wears a lilac-colored shawl, decorated with a white aural pattern over a long-sleeved, fuchsia-colored shirt almost long enough to be considered as a dress, which ends in a pastel pink petticoat and pale pink RUS at her sleeves. She also wears pastel blue, knee-high socks with a white lace trim and brown boots with the same white lace trim and faux fur around her ankles. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Seasons 1 and 2, Seasons 2 and 3, Season 4, Season 5, Season 6, Season 7, Season 8. Whirl of Win. Flora's civilian look for both seasons of World of Winx WORLOWIN World of Winx WORLDOFWINX World of Winx consists of a small short-sleeved light blue hoodie with lighter blue hours across the chest worn over a white dress shirt, a skirt in various shades of pink and white, sparkly silver leggings and strap-a-lie pink heels. She also wears 6 diamond bracelets on her right wrist and always has one long strand of hair hang over the right side of her face that often rests on her right shoulder. Occasionally, she can be seen sporting a small, square pink handbag /purse. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Both seasons carrying her handbag. Fair form. As the self-proclaimed fairy of nature, many of Flora's fairy forms retain a hourly theme to them, namely that of a pink rose. While pink stands as the signature color of Flora's various forms with green as an accent, some forms have the colors reversed with green as the primary color and pink as its accent. Personality. Flora is shown to be a very calm, soft-spoken, caring, sweet, shy and genuine girl who loves plants and vegetation of all kinds. Being interested in experimenting with her plants, Flora became the potion master of the group who specializes in brewing and creating remedies and medicines from the uses of her magical plants. Due to her gentle and caring personality, Flora is strongly connected to nature and loves helping people. She is shown to have a sensitive personality to the point where she would instinctively care for her friends as well as her plants when they are in distress. Flora is the most mature member of the winx as she possesses a deep sense of love, peace, happiness and tranquility. However, it is shown that Flora has an insecure side to her personality as she would have problems believing in herself at times. Her insecurity would sometimes cause her to hide most of her feelings to the point where she would have problems expressing them. Flora is one of the most diligent student at Althea and is cautious of her actions. Although she has a kind-hearted side, she at times gets very angry at her enemies, which can cause her to act quickly and show a more aggressive side of herself. This is seen a few times throughout the series. As an older sister, she is shown to be quite overprotective, who often forgets that people do mature and can protect themselves. Mel often has to deal with this side of Flora whenever the latter suspects a mission to be too dangerous. In this case, Flora has demonstrated some level of ignorance as this attitude tends to hurt Mel's feelings. Magica ability. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Win Club. Flora, as the fairy of nature, has nature-based powers. Flora can generate, grow, and control various vegetation, but she mainly uses vines for defensive moves such as creating barriers, entangling opponents, and supporting heavy objects. Aside from her vines, she is often seen controlling ours to use as diverse attacks using pollen and dust to provide distractions. Producing swirls of petals / leaves, conjuring food, namely fruits / vegetables, altering the growth plants, such as growing a tomato crop from an already existing tomato, Stella's big party, and even summoning animals, mission at Cloud Tower. Flora's strength relies on her surrounding environment and requires her to be at one with nature. Flora is able to hear the voice of nature speaking to her, more so than in an instinctive manner that all Althea fairies are taught. Rather, she is able to use her magic to listen to the voice of the forest. This skill has also proven to be a disadvantage at times, as the destruction of nearby nature will cause excruciating pain to her and weaken her own self and her ability to focus her magic properly, even her height. Flora, like Tecna and Musa, seems to have a very strong connection with her magical element and her natural essence. In her case, she is like a plant, seeing as her power were completely negated in the simulated cave in rescue mission, and when Valter used a spell that depleted her of light witnessed in Fury. By Season 4, Flora develops the ability to alter the seasons, which she promptly displays in AGHT against the Snow Queen, by bringing forth a spring thaw. Flora, in terms of elemental power, represents Earth, which she displays by setting earthquakes and smashing a boulder with her mind. Her source of power is life itself, as she has been seen turning inanimate objects into living creatures such as ice arrows into birds, stewed animals into the fairy pets. She also has a connection with the air, being capable of summoning powerful breezes, using plants to absorb smoke and produce oxygen, and producing fragrances that can be used to repel an enemy or calm them down, as seen in Stella's big party and mission for the Prime Stars. Flora has developed the ability to physically heal other beings, mostly after they have experienced a recent trauma. Her magic is green in color. Like all magical beings, Flora can utilizes magical energy-based attacks and defenses. She also knows some basic RST level spells, such as telekinesis, transmuting objects and shing minor messes. Flora is shown to be gifted with potion brewing as well as herbalism. Whirl of Wind. Flora shooting a magic beam. Flora summoning thorny vines. Flora's cherry blossom attack. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Flora still maintains her status as the fairy of nature and thus retains her nature-based oriented powers, and draws power from the nature of her surroundings. She can conjure up vines to bind her enemies, which is even a specialty of hers granted by her Dreamike's powers, rescue others if necessary, and release blasts of our petals. However, her powers seem much more limited as, more often than not, her vines will fail to keep an enemy restricted. As a nature fairy, Flora can directly communicate with various plants, and she showcases this ability numerous times, like when searching for the crocodile man and you in multiple episodes, or by communicating with forest spirits. Her powers are further amplified upon gaining Honoric, as she is granted the ability to travel through the shared root system of plants from one place to another. She also has the ability to sense living aspects of her surroundings more so than any of the winx, as she was able to discern the cave of the enchanted swamp was a living creature in the episode The Alligator Man. Additionally, through the use of her special Honoric power, Flora is capable of restoring any damaged nature back to the time when it was more glorious and healthy. Flora still maintains her control over plants mainly by manipulating vines, but she is also capable of seeing through the point of view of plants, control forests more specifically calling forth branches, as well as intense winds, and capable of conjuring food, mainly fruits and vegetables. She displays the ability to shoot green energy beams in The Alligator Man. However, being so heavily connected to nature as she is comes at a price, as Flora can be heavily injured if she is unable to connect with the surrounding nature due to it dying or already being dead. As shown in the episode A Flower in the Snow, Flora experiences internal pain at the loss of any surrounding nature and gets severely weakened from it, even to the point of being rendered powerless unless the nature is brought back. Additionally, it is revealed in the RST episode of the second season that the winx's powers, Flora's included, are generated from dreams and thus are closely linked with the world of dreams. According to the spirit of the world of dreams, the winx would lose their fairy magic should the world of dreams fall into ruin. Use of Magi. Dancing smoke, out of my hands. New life invoke, obey my commands. Used to revert Myrta to her normal self but failed. 8. Roots and vines, the monster will bind. Used to bind Keborg. Exaggerocatenas, used to enlarge cats. Roots, bind that monster fast. Used to bind a monster. Growing things, protect our school. Used to tie Bloom up with ours but failed. 9. Glitter eyes. Used to neutralize the storm created by Stormy. 10. Natural magic, used to heal the seals. Flora gaining information through plants. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. No transformation. Tiger. Curiosity. Birthday, March the 1st, 4. Astrological sign, Dryad, 4. Favorite food, homemade cakes, 11. Favorite color, pink, 11. Favorite hobby, gardening. 11. Reading and taking pictures of plants and hours. Citation needed. Ideal boyfriend, Helia. 11. Helia, my boyfriend. He's sensitive and poetic. Citation needed. Best friend, Aisha and Helia. 11. Favorite movies, romantic movies. 11. Super romantic movies. Citation needed. Loves, being with my plants. 11. Giving advice to the winx and keeping my room tidy. Citation needed. Hates, going shopping with Stella Happy Smiley. 11. Favorite music, reggae, 11. Favorite shoes, soft slippers. 11. Favorite spell, giant nettles, 11. Favorite subject, botany, 11. Transformatio sequence. Winx Club, Flora all full. Transformations up to Tinix. HD. All transformation in one video. Etymologue. The name Flora means hour in Scottish, Latin. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Inspiration. Main article, Inspirations and References. According to Aginiostra, creator of the Winx Club WINCLU Winx Club WINXCLUB Winx Club series and franchise, Flora's appearance was modeled on the actress Jennifer Lopez, 12. Stra has also claimed that Flora was his favorite Winx fairy in an interview. Citation needed. Flora's name is derived from either the scientific term aura, used to designate all plant life found in a certain region, or from Flora, the Roman goddess of flowers and spring. The word aura itself comes from the Latin word os, meaning hour. It could also be a play on the word oral. In relation to the Roman goddess, Flora gains spells which reference the 4 main seasons of the year farther into the series. These include Spring Ring, Spring Banner, Spring Shower and Spring Shield. Summer Thunder in addition to Summer Vines and Summer Wind in the comics. Autumn Wind and Fall Vortex. Winter's End and Winter Rose. Flora also shares her name with a fairy from the Disney adaptation of Sleeping Beauty. Trivia. Flora's villainous opposite is most likely Stormy, as Flora is calm and passive while Stormy is overly aggressive and hostile. Concerning their powers, at their core, Floras represent the earth and plants, while Stormies represent air and the sky. Flora is seen with Bloom and Stella more than any of the other girls, despite Aisha being her best friend within their group. Both Flora and Musa are a straight A students in every subject. Citation needed. During the early planning stages, Flora was supposed to wear a pair of big, round glasses and her hair was meant to be lilac/light purple rather than caramel brown. Despite those changes, her overall appearance remained relatively the same. It is possible that Flora's hair changing from caramel brown to pink while underwater in her Cyrenix is a reference to her initial hair color. Flora appears in every single episode excluding an unexpected event. In the 4Kids dub, Flora had her own promotional short called Flowers with Flora. Flora's home address is 23 Fantasy Road as seen in the book English with Winx. Flora has green and pink leaves EECT when she attacks in Season 4, Sin Loom and Nickelodeon, and green hour CECT when she attacks in the Nickelodeon specials. She also has green butter eyes. EECT when she attacks in the last episode of Season 2 and the RST episode of Season 3, Sinloom and 4Kids. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Out of the Winx girls, Flora has the most spells, most of which focus on healing or are defensive rather than offensive. She also has the most known mythic spells out of all the Winx. Flora and Chatter have the same voice actress in the Nickelodeon dub. Flora is the only Winx member to earn her Charmix after their vacation in the Wildlands. Her Charmix bag also hangs from her shoulder thanks to a strap, instead of hanging around her waist like the other Winx's Charmix bags. She also does not have a mouth close-up during her Charmix transformation. Flora and Aisha are the only Winx members to earn their Enchantix in their respective home worlds. While the other Winx members earned their Enchantix from different places. Bloom received her Enchantix on Pyros. Stella received her Enchantix on Heracleon. Musa received her Enchantix at Althea. Tekna received her Enchantix on Andros. Flora is the only Winx member to use her special Sirenix spell, Flower of Sirenix, exclusively in 2D. Flora and Bloom are the only Winx members who have siblings. In the episode Professor Avalon's Secret, Flora states that her favorite color is purple. This has been retconned as of Season 8, where she states that her favorite color is now green. Interestingly, this reacts the general color palette shift in her designs. In the Curiosities, she states that her favorite color is pink. Flora gains both her Enchantix and Bloomix by saving her sister, Meal. Both Bloom and Flora have siblings, making them the only two Winx members to have them. Bloom has Daphne. Flora has Meal. If Radius married Cassandra in at the last moment, Chimera would have been Stella's stepsister. Flora's Nile pose in the Magic Charmix and Believix transformation sequences are same. Flora is the RST Winx, and possibly the RST Fairy, to earn her Bloomix. She is also the RST Winx to earn her Bloomix individually. Flora, Tekna and Musa, except in the 4Kids dub, are the only Winx who are not princesses. However, in Winx on Ice, the novel of the show, when Bloom is encouraging her friends to continue to GHT against the Trix and ND Carolina, she says we are princesses, implying that Tekna, Flora and Musa may somehow be related to royalty. After Bloom and Galatea in Season 3, Flora becomes the third character whose wings have been frozen by Icy. The Green Butter Ice. EECT as seen in episode 312. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Flora is the only Winx to have a sleeveless uniform in Season 6. Flora's RST Duart voice actress, Eileen Stevens, also voices Kalshara and acts as the narrator. She also voices Odette Swan in the RST season of Regal Academy, another show created by Rainbow. Her Sinloom voice actress, Holly Gauthia Frankel, was most known for being the voice of Fern Walters on Arthur and the voice of Sagwa on Sagwa the Chinese Siamese cat. Flora and Aisha are the only Winx fairies who have not, yet, been turned evil. The RST one was Bloom as shown in Season 2 when she's corrupted by Lord Darker. The second was Roxy in the Nebula when she is possessed by Nebula. The third was Tekna as shown in the Sirenix book when she was turned into a robot. The fourth was Musa as shown in The Secret of the Ruby Reef when she was turned into a monster by Tritonus. Stella is the FTH winx to turn evil as shown in Queen for a Day when she's hypnotized by Selena's magic mirror. There is a color pattern going with Flora while undergoing new transformations with her fairy outs, alternating between pink and green. Her winx / charmix, enchantix, believix, harmonix, mythix and tinix are pink. Her sirenix and dreamix are in both colors. Her bloomix, butternine and oniric are green, the last of which being a much darker shade of green. Coincidentally, Flora's necklace in her dreamix form resembles her tinix bracelet. So far, Flora is the only member of the winx to have never experienced a romantic relationship outside of her relationship with Helia in the comics. Although, it is implied that she may have developed a romantic interest in Carl during their mission to Crystal Lake in issue 13. Interestingly enough, Carl looks an awful lot like Helia in some regards. Flora is the only member of the winx whose believix power is shown in the comics, specifically in issue 103. It is implied that Bloom uses her own believix power in issue 87 to heal Cindy. If that is the case, then it would make Flora the only one to openly use the spell in the comics since Bloom never says the spell's name outright. The watchword in Flora's bedroom is nature, and it is there to recharge her energies after a long day spent with her winx friends. Flora and Tekna are the only winx girls whose memories as children or infants have never been shown in the series. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. In some couture artworks and the recent winx dolls, people frequently mistake Flora for Bloom and vice versa, as the two look fairly similar at first glance. This is most likely due to the two having similar designs, and Flora's lightened skin tone in the fairy couture style makes it harder to tell the two apart. As revealed in A Flower in the Snow, Flora's weakness is absence of nature. Flora's Season 8 voice actress, Brittany Pressel, also voices Tinkerbell in World of Winx. 3 of Flora's English voice actors, Kerry Williams, Eileen Stevens, and Alejandra Reynoso, have voiced characters in Pokémon. For the 4 Kids seasons, Flora has used the quote "Sweetie" a lot. In Season 8, like with other winx, Flora's catchphrase is "wonderful." In Season 8, Flora states that her favorite ice cream Avea is strawberry, and that between the sea or the mountains, she would choose mountains. These opinions are shared by Helia. In Season 8, Helia mentions that she also loves corn hours. Although Flora loves all hours, her most favorite is the rose. Her favorite animals are cats, dogs, and Maggie wolves. 13. Reference: Winx Club, The Secret of the Lost Kingdom Dubbing Brothers Dub. Winx Club, The Secret of the Lost Kingdom. Winx Club, Magical Adventure. 4.04.14.2 Flora 2005 OCLProla.png. File Winx Believix Lenticular Calendar, March.png. Sorrel, Magic Sorrel. https://u2.be/5reject_xlq=sign_c08zjd29 &t=340. Winx Club, Episode 115. Winx Club, Episode 219. Winx Club, Episode 310. 11.00, 11.01, 11.02, 11.03, 11.04, 11.05, 11.06, 11.07, 11.08, 11.09, 11.10, 11.11. File floratrivia.jpg. To view a Geniostra racontalus u winx ambientalist. Wikipedia io Donna. The 9th of July, 2011. https://www.winxlab.com/en/article/e2%e2% 99s answers. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF.